Hi, welcome to the quiz practice. We are talking about one-step equations and writing them. So I'll start in with number one. Use inverse operations. So the inverse means to use the opposite operation. So if there's two sides to the equal sign, I would add 2/3 to both sides. And these would cancel each other out. I'm about to know what A is equal to, but I have to combine these. This is a negative, this is a positive. They're different signs, so I have to subtract them. So for a moment, okay, first, and then I also know there's more negatives and positives. So this is going to be a negative answer. Now, for a moment, I'm going to take 4 and 1/6 and subtract 2/3. I know that it's the opposite signs, but I need to subtract them for a moment. So to do so, we need common denominators, and that would be 6 because 6 will multiply to 6 and 3 multiplies to 6. 6 goes into 6 one time, so 1 times 1 is 1. And 3 goes into 6 two times, and 2 times 2 is 4. Let me focus this carefully. So we have that there, and we have a bit of a problem. We can't do 1 minus 4, so we have to borrow. And borrowing works like this. You take 1 off the 4 and make that a 3, and then you add 6 plus 1, which is 7. Okay, now we have a bigger number minus a smaller number, bigger number minus, well, there's not even a number here, so we're good. We can go down in both directions. So 7 minus 4 is 3, 6, and then 3 minus nothing is just 3. And there we go. 3 and 3, 6 is the same thing as 3 and 1/2. You could take half of both those. So that goes right over here, and that's negative 3 and 1/2. Okay, there's number one. Let's go on to number two. Number two is this here, where we need to know what k is. So two sides to the equation. This is adding 6.3, so let's subtract 6.3. And so we have this here, and k, these cancel, is equal to, now there's more negatives and positives, so once again, this is going to be negative, but they're different signs, so I have to subtract them. So I'll take for a moment 6.3 minus 2.4, and that is going to be 5, and this is 13 minus 4 is, 4? No, I'm sorry, it's 9. And then 5 minus 2 is 3. So negative 3.9. And I'm going to make sure that my math is right here. So if this minus this is this, then I could add 3.9 and 2.4, and I should get 6.3. So 9 plus 4 is 13, and that's 6, and yeah, I get that. Okay, so our answer is negative 3.9. That's our solution. Next, we have number 3, and what we can do with this, I'm going to rewrite this as negative 4/5 times d is equal to 24. What we can do here is we can multiply by the reciprocal of this, and that's 5 over negative 4. And I know the negative was in the middle here, but you get it's good just to pick a side. So it doesn't matter which one. So I picked the top. Now, what you do to this side, you have to do to the other side, just like the other problems we're working on. So 5 over negative 4, and these all cancel, see? And now we're about to find out what d is. This is 24 over 1, and I don't really feel like multiplying 24 times 5 and then dividing by negative 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross cancel. I can see that 4 will divide both 24 and 4. So 4 divides 4 one time. And we have to remember that's going to be a negative 1 right there. And 4 divides 24 6 times. And now we're ready to go. This is going to be 6 times 5, which is 30, over 1 times, don't forget the negative 1. So 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. And 30 divided by negative 1, that's negative 30. So that is our answer. We have number 4. Oops. So number 4 is, this is, I'm going to write this down here. W divided by negative 1.4 is equal to negative 3.2. This is division. The inverse of division is multiplication. So I'll multiply by negative 1.4. So, and I'll do that on both sides of the equal sign. So times negative 1.4. It's kind of hard to know the dots, the decimal points from the multiplication. So I'll make the multiplication a little bit bigger. And these cancel. And W is equal to negative times negative is positive, and 3.2 times 1.4. Got a calculator here. 3.2 times 1.4 is 4.48. So 4.48 as our solution. Number 5. The height of a water tower in an above ground pool is 4 feet. The water needs to be drained. As the water drains, the height of the water changes at a rate of negative 1/2 inch per minute. Write and solve an equation to find how many minutes it will take to drain the pool. Okay, so we need to get 4 feet out, and it drains at 1/2 per minute. So how many minutes? So 1/2 times the amount of minutes is equal to 4 feet, but that 4 feet is getting removed, so it's going to be negative 4 feet. And there's one other wrinkle in this. They say inches. This is inches per minute, and this is feet. So we need to change the feet to inches because this is going to be inches per minute. So 4 feet. There's 1 foot is 12 inches. So if you multiply that by 4, so 4 feet is going to be 12 times 4, which is 48 inches. So now we have what we need. We have negative 1/2 times the number of minutes is equal to negative 48 inches. Okay, now I'm going to solve this. I'm going to solve this like I did with number 3 right here. I'm going to do the same kind of thing where I do the reciprocal right there. So let's do the reciprocal. The reciprocal is going to be 2 over negative 1. And then this side gets multiplied by 2 over negative 1. And these all cancel. And x is going to be, well, this is going to be negative times, well, I guess this would be over 1. So negative 48 times 2 is negative 96, I think. 48 times 2, oops. 48 times 2 is, 96. So it's negative 96, and 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Negative 96 divided by negative 1 is just regular 96. Oh, minutes. Okay, number 6. The melting point of the chemical fluorine is negative 5.6 degrees Celsius. The boiling point of chlorine is 36.4 degrees Celsius. Write and solve an equation to find out how much greater the boiling point of fluorine is than the melting point. So the melting point, negative 5.6 degrees, and we have to, how much warmer? So we have to add some temperature here to get to 36.4 degrees Celsius. So that's the melting point, and you add some temperature to it, and you arrive at the boiling point, which is warmer. Okay, so to solve this, we add 5.6 to both sides, and we get x is equal to, these cancel. This is 10, 1, that's 2, 42 degrees Celsius. And that's what you got to know for this. If you'd like a copy of this, I'll have a link in the description. So there you go.